Hello, I'm Rad Cuff from House.com, and these are 2018 Rossignol snowboards. They're part of the all-mountain category. This is the Circuit. This is the Templar, and I'm going to walk you through their differences and their similarities, and hopefully by the end of the video, it'll help you decide which board is going to be better for your ability and riding style. Both of these boards are in the all-mountain category. They have setback stances, they have directional shapes, the nose is a little bit longer than the tail, and they're kind of more for free riding over, of course, park riding. Now, the Templar is going to feel quite a bit more loose, soft, and playful because of the profile shape over the Templar. Now, the profile shape of the Circuit is actually called AmpTech Auto Turn. There's a very small section of camber, only 20% camber in between the feet, and then there's 40% rocker on both the nose and the tail, starting pretty much on the medial side of the insert pack, working its way past the contact points. This board is going to feel very loose compared to the Templar's profile shape. The Templar, which is a great all-mountain board, of course, has a little bit more camber, actually 20% more camber. There's pretty much camber underneath or in between your feet with about 40% again. And then there's on the nose and tail going to be about 30% rocker. That bigger camber zone is going to be a little bit more stable at higher speeds and a little bit more kind of reactive than the AmpTech Auto Turn that you're going to find in the Circuit. The Templar also features a greater flex and feel. It's about a 5 on that flex rating, a firm 5 I'd say, not really a 6 but almost. Whereas the Circuit, because of that profile shape and the wood core, that'll feel right around a 4. Now, both boards feature what's called a poplar style wood core. It's tip to tail and rail to rail. And they also have a directional all-mountain flex profile. That means that on the Circuit and on the Templar, underneath the back foot is going to be a little bit thicker portion of the core, giving the back section a little bit more stiffness and stability, whereas the nose is going to be a little bit softer than the tail. And I kind of like that because when I exit out of turns, both of these boards kind of provide a little bit more strength out of them, a little bit more kind of like aggressive style feeling, whereas the nose kind of like is a little bit soft torsionally, and that's kind of a good thing, especially when you're riding deep snow. Both these boards, of course, are going to float really well because they do have a little bit more of a rockered section. Now, along with that is going to be their bases. There's another big difference. The Circuit features an extruded style base, really low maintenance, going to stay pretty fast throughout its lifetime. And the Templar features a sintered style base, which needs a little bit more maintenance. You're going to need to wax it up, but it's going to be faster overall if it's well maintained than the extruded base. Both boards feature 360 wrap standard steel edges, and that's kind of where all the tech ends on the Templar. Moving into that's where all the tech ends on the Circuit. Moving into the Templar, you actually have 2 additional great pieces of tech. The first is actually going to be magnet traction. Serrated knife-like blade edges help the grip on firm snow. And that's perfect if you're riding hard pack. Magnet traction really does work. And the other thing that is kind of a big upgrade compared to the Circuit on the Templar is going to be the Rad Cut. Rad Cut is kind of like reverse style side cut that helps to grip on snow when the board has like a rockered style shape. So when you're initiating turns, even though it's tilted and the nose and tail are kind of lifted up from rocker, because that Rad Cut, they actually have engagement with the snow, which is a really cool piece of technology that Rossignol has to offer. Overall though, the Circuit's going to be a soft board that's very, very loose and very playful. It's a fun board when you're riding deep snow, but when you're on groomers, it can feel kind of unstable at times because there's so much rocker on the nose and tail, even though there's a little bit of camber in between the feet. The Templar, a little bit more of a kind of that hard charging all-mountain style board compared to the Circuit. Again, it does have a little bit of rocker on the nose and tail, but a bigger camber section for better stability at high speeds. Both are great, it just depends on which one is gonna be better for you, the Circuit or the Templar, and you can check them both out at thehouse.com. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment or a question, and remember to subscribe to the channel.